Hello everyone, welcome to ITLS Academy. It's a great platform to learn everything from the comfort of your home. Let's start. Let me introduce myself. I'm your mentor, Gitanjali Jha. I'm a content creator, storyteller, visual merchandiser, corporate trainer, and an author. With over 15 years of cross-functional experience across leading brands like H&M, Shoppers Stop, Godrej, and Future Group, I specialize in transforming ideas into impactful stories, whether through the visual design, training programs, or the written words. As a seasoned trainer and mentor, I have conducted pan-India workshops on soft skills, technology, and leadership, touching the lives of employees across retail and service industries. I have also served as a guest lecturer at NIFT and Vogue Institute and contributed to non-profit education initiatives through Unadi. Trust me, working as a volunteer or with a non-profit organization help you broaden your perspective, and it helps you as much as you help others. Try it sometimes. I am also the author of 2 published fiction novels, F Factor and Love Arranged, and hold academic credentials in fashion technology from NIFT, an MBA from NIRM, and certifications in digital marketing from Google and content design course from ECT Delhi. That's about myself. Now let's start with Today we will be covering about the nature of work. It's a very interesting topic and extremely important to understand as an HR professional. Let's start. Let's quickly recap what we have learned till now. People perspective of HRM and HRM processes, right? So, what is nature of work? It refers to the intrinsic qualities, characteristics, and fundamental elements that define a particular job or task. Some nature of work examples cover the duties you will be asked to perform, some routine tasks which you do every day, and other responsibilities that may pop up during the course of your day. So, for example, as an HR, you are responsible for training and development. That is your day-to-day job. But then you will be handling additional responsibilities such as conducting some events for your partners, uh, consultants, right? So that may be your additional responsibility which you are not doing every day, but it is part of your job. Now, what are the key elements of nature of work? Number one is purpose. So, at the core of every meaningful endeavor lies a sense of purpose, why we are doing it, whether it is contributing to a larger mission, solving a problem, or fulfilling a personal goal. Purpose imbues work with significance and direction. A clear understanding of why a task is crucial can enhance motivation, engagement, and satisfaction, right? So they say a boat without a row is aimless. Similarly, a job without purpose has no meaning. Second one is autonomy. Autonomy refers to the degree of independence and self-governance individuals have in performing their work. It encompasses the freedom to make decisions, exercise creativity, and take ownership of one's action. Work environments that foster autonomy often cultivate innovation, initiative, and a sense of empowerment among employees. So, more I feel that I am making my own decision, I will work harder to make those decisions successful. So, when you are creating any big decision, involve everybody. So, everybody feels that ownership, that we have to do it together, right? And mastery. Human beings are wired to see growth and mastery, right? So, it involves the continual development of skills, expertise, and proficiency in a particular field, whether it is honing technical abilities, uh, refining communication skills, or mastering the competencies. It always helps to be a lifelong learner. So, that element needs to be considered when you are defining the nature of work. And fourth one is collaboration. So, Together we all achieve more. Few achievements are solitary endeavors, right? In an organization, when everybody works together, results are very much visible and as per as what we have planned. Collaboration lies at the heart of many work processes, enabling individuals to leverage diverse perspectives, pool resources, and achieve collective goals, right? Effective collaboration fosters teamwork, synergy, and the exchange of knowledge, ultimately enhancing productivity and outcomes. So, how we'll be working as a team is an important part of defining the nature of work. And what is the impact of our work, right? We all want to make a positive difference in the world, right? Work gains significance when it generates tangible outcomes and leaves a meaningful impact. As an HR, when you are into training and development, you feel satisfied when you see somebody who you have trained as an management trainee has become a CEO or doing really great in his or her professional career, right? So that is the impact of your work. Impact encompasses the influence, value, and lasting effects of one's contributions on stakeholders, communities, or society at large. And with every individual achieving their professional goals, one family is uplifted. So we are making a greater impact on the society, increasing the overall living standard of society as a whole. Understanding the impact of one's work fosters a sense of accountability, purpose, and fulfillment, right? What we are doing, if it is impactful, it gives us greater motivation and satisfaction. Now, let's understand by few examples. So here is an example. What all are included in the nature of work? The nature of work typically includes several key components that are integral in defining the scope and duties of a role. These components help in making the job more understandable and structured. Number one is job title and summary. The job title and summary offers a brief overview of the role and its primary purpose within the organization. For example, a marketing manager would oversee campaigns, develop strategies, and monitor market trends. This section provides a quick snapshot of the key responsibilities, right? Second point is list of primary duties. So, this is the most detailed part of the nature of work sample list and consists of the main tasks that an employee is expected to perform. Usually, it is presented in bullet form or numbered form so that it's easy to understand. So, a sales executive may have duties such as lead generation, conducting surveys, preparing sales reports, and maintaining client relationships, among others. Number 3 is skills and qualifications. The nature of work also includes the skills, educational qualifications, and professional experience required to carry out the task efficiently. So, when they put an ad for a particular position, they put, okay, this is the minimum qualification we require, right? So, a data analyst might need proficiency in statistical tools, programming language, and a degree in mathematics or stats to do their job smoothly, right? And fourth is reporting structure. The nature of the work sample list often includes details about who the employee reports to and how they are part of the organizational hierarchy, right? So every organization follows hierarchy. Some are having a flat hierarchy, some are having tall hierarchy, but there is hierarchy to ensure that workflow is smooth. So when you are given your definition of nature of work, you will be also told that whom you will be reporting to. So if you are into training and development, you might report to somebody. If you are in your beginner's professional career, you will have some training and management, training and development HR manager who will help you. If you are in your mid-career phase, you will be directly reporting to HR head and the region head or the country head based on your role, right? A team lead might report to a department manager who in turns report to a senior executive. This is just an example. So think of your role, current role, and see whom you are reporting to, and then try to trace the hierarchy of your department and the overall organization to understand the whole concept better. Now, what are the types of nature of work? Number one is reactionary. Tasks that require responding to immediate demands such as answering emails, attending meetings or managing social media. This is something which cannot be delayed. So if you have a social media page, it needs to be managed regularly. If there is an email reply waiting for you, you have to respond to it immediately. If there is any meeting schedule, you have to do it on priority basis, right? Second one is planning. Activities involving scheduling, prioritizing and organizing tasks. So you are planning a training and development program for AI for your employees. So it involves understanding the timing and workflow of all the employees. So when will be the most employees be having less workload? Accordingly, you will schedule your training. Then whether you are going to do it together or batch wise, for freshers, for mid management, for senior management and so on. Then organizing it. How many sessions, who will conduct the training, how it will be evaluated, what will be the difference and so on. Number three is procedural, routine administrative work which we have to do every day. For example, attendance login, login, log out, and then following the checklist, checking my emails daily, and so on. Number four is problem solving, creative and complex tasks that require critical thinking. So every role has its own challenges. So how good you are in finding the solution rather than cribbing on the challenges. That is extremely important as you become a professional. And insecurity. Now, task performed out of uncertainty. Sometimes what happens, we give undue importance to some stats, some data, and the overall picture is ignored. So, are we doing something just because we are obsessing over certain stats? So we need to be very careful to see the bigger picture. Otherwise, our findings, our efforts will not be totally rewarded. It is not that fruitful in case where we are seeing all the aspects rather than focusing on just one aspect. So always have that broader picture. Now, let's understand the benefits of well-defined nature of work, right? Number one is it increases efficiency. Number two is it enhances employee satisfaction. And number three is reduces turnover, right? So, threefold benefits which helps in making the organization in term with its goals, right? So a nature of work sample list is not just beneficial for creating clarity within a role, but it also provides long-term value for both employers and employees. How? By increasing the efficiency. When employees know exactly what is expected of them, they can focus on completing tasks effectively and on time. For example, a warehouse manager with a clear nature of work list will efficiently organize inventory, ensure product safety and manage logistics without ambiguity. So the overall workflow is smooth and there is clarity, right? It enhances employee satisfaction. Employees who understand their job expectations are more likely to feel confident and competent, leading to higher job satisfaction. For example, a well-defined nature of work helps reduce stress and confusion, especially for roles with complex responsibilities, right? So when you know what you are exactly supposed to do, you plan your day. If there is no clear definition of what you are supposed to do, it is lots of wastage of time, taking too much time in asking from the manager what I am supposed to do next. It's always better to plan in advance. Yes, if something unexpected comes, we can always accommodate it, but our day-to-day schedule should be planned. Our weekly schedules have to be planned for the regular works, right? And it also reduces turnovers. Clear job descriptions can reduce turnover by ensuring that both the organization and the employees have a mutual understanding of the role, right? So they will be doing their job in a much organized way. For example, a new hire in an accounting with all the detailed nature of work list will be better prepared and likely to remain in the job long compared to somebody who is being assigned daily tasks based on the requirement. It looks like a contract job. You don't have the freedom to plan your workflow. It's like, okay, something comes, just bump on that person. So it doesn't work in long term. Now, what are the common mistakes in creating nature of work sample lists? Let's understand them so that we don't make them, right? It's always better to learn from others' mistakes sometimes. While creating a nature of work sample list, some common mistakes can undermine its effectiveness. It is important to be aware of these pitfalls and avoid them. Number one is lack of specificity. A vague description of tasks can lead to confusion and inefficiency. It is important to be specific about duties and expectations. Keep it simple, keep it short, and keep it clear, right? For example, instead of saying manage projects, specify manage project timelines, resources, and team collaboration. So, second statement is focusing on what all you have to manage, right? Otherwise, I'll be doing 100 things, and what I am doing? I am managing. Everything comes under managing, right? I am managing my life, I am managing my home, I am managing my job, I am managing everything. But what specifically I am supposed to manage, if I don't know that, it's very tough to actually manage them. Okay, and then ignoring employee input, right? Failing to consult employees about their duties can lead to incomplete or inaccurate job descriptions, right? So once you have made the work sample list, sit one-on-one with your employees, explain it to them, see if they are clear about their roles or not. Else, help them understand their roles. If you can do it, okay. Otherwise, you sit with their team leaders, and so everybody is on the same page. For example, a salesperson might feel that their role includes market research, but if not noted, the task might not be listed in the nature of work. So in some organizations, salesperson are responsible for market research. In some organization, there is a separate team for market research based on the organization's requirement. But we can always take inputs from salesperson, but that is not their main role. What is their main role? To close the deals and get the sales, right? Great. Focusing only on responsibilities, we can make this mistake as well. So a nature of work sample is not only focus on tasks but also includes qualification, reporting, structure, and skill requirements. So there is a task which we are supposed to finish, but it has to be clear, like who can do this task, what are the qualifications needed, what are the reporting structures, what are the competencies and skills required to do this particular work, right? For example, an IT support role may need to list the technical skills required, such as proficiency in network management and help desk software, and now AI as well. So if we are only focusing on responsibilities, it will be very confusing for people. Anyone will come and okay, I will apply and do this job. But when there is academic qualifications, skills mentioned, you have this self-filter mechanism. So everybody's time is saved. Now, how to create nature of work sample list? How we can create it? We learned why it is important. Now let's learn to create it. Creating a nature of work sample list requires a thorough understanding of the job, its context within the organization, and input from various stakeholders, right? So, number one is conduct job analysis. We have already learned about job analysis in detail. So, it involves gathering detailed information about the duties and responsibilities associated with a particular job. It can be done through observation, interviews, surveys with current employees. For example, for a receptionist role, one might observe the tasks such as answering phones, greeting visitors, and scheduling appointments. This data forms the basis for the nature of work. Now, second one is consult all your stakeholders. To ensure accuracy, consult with supervisors, team leaders, and the employees. Stakeholders' input can shed light on aspects of the job that might otherwise be overlooked. As an HR, you might overlook some of their responsibilities. So it's always better to involve them so that nothing important is missed out. For example, a graphic designer may have daily tasks related to creating layouts, collaborating with marketing teams, and managing design softwares, right? But they may also give inputs to the design team for latest designs, right? So when you are talking to the every members of the team, you know what exactly they are doing, so you can list them clearly. And prioritize tasks. Do it based on their frequency and importance to the role, right? So there is 10 tasks, but what needs to be prioritized? As an HR, you need to clarify that as well. What is the most important job I have to do? What I need to focus on when I have set of jobs, right? This ensures that the nature of the work sample list reflects the most critical aspects of the position. For example, a customer service role, answering customer queries may be the most important task, right? So, customer is the king. If you are into customer care, there will be hundreds of administrative tasks, there will be hundreds of reports to be sent, checklists to be followed. But what is your number one priority? To cater to the customer. Administrative duties might come secondary, right? So as a professional, we need to understand that yes, we have to do everything. Everything is important. But what is urgent and what is important, we need to differentiate it and plan our tasks accordingly. Now, let's learn about the application of well-defined nature of work in HRM, right? The nature of work sample list is essential for several reasons, including job design, performance management, and alignment of expectations between the employer and the employee. So, how it helps and makes the life of HRM better? By clear role definition. The primary benefit of nature of work sample list is that it helps define the role clearly so that both employees and employees know what is expected. They both are on the same page. For example, a project manager may have duties such as overseeing project timelines, managing resources, and ensuring client satisfaction. But without a clear nature of work, such roles can become ambiguous, right? So we need to define clearly what are their priorities, what are they supposed to do. So this is very, very important as an HR manager. This clarity can reduce confusion and streamline processes in both small businesses as well as large corporations. Performance evaluation. Understanding the nature of work allows for effective performance evaluation. Managers can access employees' work based on the tasks outlined in the sample list. So, these are my 3 important rules. When I sit with my HR team and my reporting manager during performance evaluation, they ask me, okay, tell me few examples of what you have accomplished from this your list. So I will explain what is most important part of my job and whatever I have accomplished in that field. So it is very easy to outline the whole performance based on data and performance. For example, a customer service representatives, a performance evaluation can focus on the number of calls handled, customer satisfaction, and problem resolution, right? So setting such measurable metrics based on the nature of work ensures employees are being assessed fairly and consistently. So I have 10 salespersons working under me. So how do I evaluate their performance consistently based on the nature of work? That's why it is extremely important, right? Now, it also helps in recruitment and hiring. A detailed nature of work sample list is instrumental in creating accurate job descriptions for recruitment. As I discussed earlier, when we have clear definition of skills and performance required, minimum educational qualification, there is an auto filter and everybody's time is saved. It ensures that potential candidates are aware of the roles and responsibilities to make informed decisions, right? So you have to do less interviews and you can hire from lesser number of individuals instead of doing lots of interviews for people who are not qualified for that particular job, right? It creates frustration for everyone. Now, for example, a software developer's job description may include coding, troubleshooting, and participating in team meetings, right? With clear job roles, it becomes easier to filter out the right candidates, right? Now, there is a nature of work and level of work. So these two are two different things, right? Let's understand that. So what is nature of work? Refers to the intrinsic qualities, characteristics and core duties of job. Level of work refers to the complexity, skill requirements and hierarchical position of the job, right? What level I am working at, right? Focus is on what the job is, tasks, responsibilities, duties. And focus in level of work is where the job stands, its rank, difficulty and level in the organizational structure. Examples can be performing routine tasks, handling customer queries, preparing reports. Examples of level of work are entry level, middle management, senior management, right? Nature of work includes duties, responsibilities, tasks, job functions. Level of work requires skill required, decision making, authority, experience. Also, the determining factors of nature of work is job description content, nature of industry, specific team or department role. Whereas level of work is defined by pay range, designation, reporting hierarchy and level of autonomy. Purpose in JD helps applicant understand what they will be doing. Helps applicant understand how advanced or senior the role is. It influences daily operations, job satisfaction and engagement, whereas latter influences career growth, promotion, salary expectation. What is the outcome? Sets clear expectations of job scope, whereas level of work clarifies the job's positions in the company's hierarchy. So both is important. Now, with digitization and so many changes in the market, the nature of work is also changing. How it is changing? Now, firms are growing rapidly due to digital transformation. It blurs their boundaries and challenges traditional production patterns. Now, hybrid model is the norm. The rise of the digital platform firm means that technological effect reach more people faster than ever before. Technology is changing the skills that employers seek, right? Now, everybody needs to learn about the technology. We cannot live without it. Workers need to be good at complex problem solving, teamwork and adaptability. Technology is changing how people work and the terms on which they work, right? So employees have more power now, right? Earlier it was like company centered power. Now powers have been distributed. You can work from anywhere because technology has facilitated that. Even in advanced economies, short-term work often found through online platforms is posing similar challenges to those faced by the world's informal workers, right? So as an HR person, we need to balance our knowledge with the market so that employees are taken care of. That is our primary responsibility. As an HR, you are responsible for so many things, but what is your foremost responsibility? To be a people's person. Great. So let's explore this interesting topic further. Based on today's learning from this lecture, explore the changing nature of work. How you will adapt to it as an HR professional. Huh? How AI is reshaping the changing nature of work. Which are the most commonly used AI tools in HRM? Please learn about them to stay relevant, right? As you are learning about each concept, see how AI is helping HR do their jobs in a faster, smoother way, right? Great. Right? Now, we'll be learning more about HRM in our next lecture. Follow ITLS Academy on different social platforms and download our app on Google Play. Subscribe to our channel to continue your learning. Thank you for watching this video. Keep learning. Call us at our helpline for any doubts and you can always comment on our comment section. See you soon. Have a nice day.